Welcome back to that time I heard you say go. You guys, welcome back to another very organized episode of Jillin. I am one of your hosts, Christina Walkinshaw. With me, as always,
Jen Murphy.
Jen Murphy. Jen, guess what?
What?
I got busted again wearing pantyhose.
What?
But this time in a different, this is slightly different. So when I was in Seattle this weekend, I bought a pair of John Fleabog shoes. And I've never done that in my life, but I used to walk by the store all the time when I was a kid.
Are those the ones you posted where it almost looks like you have your little special because they're like 2 inches on the bottom? Like somebody who has like a club foot and has to wear an extra large sole.
They do look
no,
like...
they were very cute.
They look like platform bowling shoes.
I do love the soles. The only reason I said that is because I used to wear Skechers that had those huge... And I loved them. They're so comfy. And one time, this guy who was like super cute, he said to me, he goes, "Oh, did your doctor prescribe those shoes?"
Oh, no.
And that's what I always think of when I see those thick soles. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, Skechers, what are those called? Lifts or whatever? I forget what those are called. But anyways, so I buy these shoes. They were $300, and I never do that. But I saw them through the window, and
Look at you, fancy.
I'm trying to work on that high frequency. But
Holy shit.
I love them through the window. And I walked into the store, and I was like, well, I'm not going to try them on.
Is that the first time you've ever bought $300 shoes?
I think it is. Yeah, I don't do shit like that.
I've never, yeah.
I'm not that kind of girl. I'm a DSW girl.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So anyways, but I saw them through the window, and then I go inside, and then I'm like, I don't need to try them on. And then I was like, I will, just in case. 7.5. He's like, we don't have half sizes. I was like, perfect. So they probably won't fit, so I probably won't need to buy them. And then I tried them on, but they look so cute with my dress. Anyways, so then I wanted to pull them, of course, on Instagram, because nothing makes you feel shittier than spending $300 on a pair of shoes, and then half the people on Instagram telling you that they suck.
How did the pull go?
The pull was very 50-50. But where I got busted for the pantyhose, because I did have a show that night, and I don't like having bare leg on stage. Plus, I like the shimmer of the pantyhose. So yeah, my friend Anna wrote me on Instagram and was like, "Are you wearing pantyhose?" Because I posted the picture of the shoe, and you could clearly see that the leg was a little too silky fresh to be mine.
Look, I'm a big fan of what the pantyhose does. It's just nobody ever wears it anymore. That's what shocked me when you said, last week that you had to take off your pantyhose in Vegas.
I mean, if I brought back fanny packs, maybe I could bring back pantyhose.
I do get it. I'm not a fan. I used to always wear dresses on stage, and lately I've not, because I just feel like I'm getting like those old knees.
Oh, but wait, if you wear
like wrinkle knees, like 40-year-old wrinkle knees.
But wait, if you wear a dress on stage, so you just like let the vag air out, you don't wear any pantyhose?
I wear underwear.
You don't have to.
But no, I haven't worn pantyhose in I don't even know how long.
I just like the way they suck it all in.
No, that's what I'm saying. I get it. I get the benefits.
But yeah, I did get busted.
It just feels like such an old thing to do.
I know.
Like,
I'm really acting my age. Plus, I'm acting old. But yeah. Anyways, but the shoes had an amazing set. Like even when I came off stage, because it was a nice theater show, so I was quite elevated. So everybody really got a good look at the shoes. And people were like, "Oh my god, those shoes are amazing!" I never take credit for my good sets. I always I blame it on a good shirt. I'm like, the shoes did good.
I've had bad sets where if it was the first time I wore a piece of clothing, that piece of clothing goes in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I was like, this shirt is bad luck.
Me too. Same. It goes right to the clothing swap
because it's not me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here's the thing: I don't even take credit for it if it is me. I still blame the clothes. So I had a good set. I'm like, must have been the shoes. People like the shoes. And if I bomb, I blame the clothes too. So I'm still kind of equal, but.
Well, I'm glad you had good sets.
I did. And then
Christina's glass is empty today.
Yeah, I'm not drinking today.
She's responsible, which is good.
I've been having a really productive day, but I also have a show later. Plus I'm driving, and I'm old fashioned. I don't drink and drive. So I'm drinking water, and I've spiked it with some emergency. So I don't get sick before my next cruise.
All right. There you go. I'm glad that you're responsible because I'm completely irresponsible.
I love it. But Mondays should be our drinking day. You should drink on Mondays.
I drank too much all weekend because I was at a casino.
Oh, yeah. Tell us more about that.
And I did that whole, remember last week when I was celebrating?
Yes.
My win?
Yes, your point.
And I said, now let's see how long it takes before I completely lose my mind. Well, it took about 5 days.
Oh, no.
I had like a total meltdown on Friday night.
Oh, no. About him?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I totally convinced myself that I have to sabotage this as fast as possible because all that's going to end up happening is it can only lead to pain Like, I was like, I was like, not good.
Can I tell you that your tweet was very funny today when you were like, if only there was a way we can monetize self-sabotage. That was brilliant. I was like, that's so funny.
I would be rich.
You would be loaded.
I
You
would have
be-
so much money.
We wouldn't
This
be
would
drinking-
be called the Jen Murphy podcast studio.
Yeah, that's right. Koreatown would be called Murphytown.
And you would be drinking because I would hire you your own driver.
I would be taking a chopper to Pasadena tonight. We would just be like two bitches on The Bachelor, getting choppered everywhere.
On The Bachelor.
But alas, we're two broke girls drinking $4 wine. When we say $4, we don't mean by the glass. We mean by the bottle.
The best kind.
For sure. So tell me more about this. This is the stuff I want to know.
Oh my God, I was such a disaster.
So what happened? Did he just
Okay.
not call or text, or what happened?
No, he's fine. It's me. No, I wasn't in the casino yet Friday. Friday I was home. I went to the casino Saturday. So Friday I did a show. I did have a few Jack Daniels that may have contributed to my meltdown. Although I was having a great time at the show. And then I went home and for some reason I just decided like, you know what it was? It's because I like him too much.
Right.
And now I'm like, I can't. I'm just going to be a disaster. I can't do it.
No, that's
It's
not.
not going to end well. Somebody I have to only go out with guys that I like mediocre.
You hear that? So if you're out there and you're mediocre or lower, please give us an email, jillnotpod@gmail.com. Let us know that you're below average and we'll consider dating you.
Sorry to the boyfriend I had for 4 years. You're not mediocre, I promise.
I know.
He's going to be like, oh, is that why it lasted? I know it was awful. So then I went home and I was feeling good till I got home and I don't know what happened. My brain just switched. And then I was like laying in bed and I was all depressed. I'm like, this is just not going to work. I can't do it. It's not going to work. I'm going to end up just in horrible pain. And then I do that comic thing where I'm like, I just need to focus on comedy. Just focus on comedy. And then I even changed his name in my phone to No, Just Focus on Comedy.
Wait, his name is No, Just Focus on Comedy?
That's what it came up as when you text. In my head, I think this is going to remind me.
Oh, no. But I think you like him. I don't think you should push it away.
But then-
You should still play with it. Remember in LA, I feel like, remember even that last guy I dated last summer, where we just kind of had sex once a week? It was like a weekly, like a weekly show.
Yeah.
That's a weekly fuck.
I think that's what I can handle.
That's it, once a week. That's good. Get your shit done.
Yeah, I
Stay
think
busy.
that's what I can handle.
Yeah, so why not
But I
keep it at that?
clearly can't.
Why not?
Because then I was laying in bed. I was flipping through Netflix, and I was already. I don't know if I had already started crying or not.
Oh,
But I was looking for something to watch. Usually I pick stand up, like
Right.
some of my favorite stand up because
Right.
it'll make me laugh, it'll make me happy. But I scrolled through and I went and there was Tony Robbins was on the special. I was like, well, something positive will help. No.
Oh, no.
The more Tony helped people, the worse I got.
No.
I was just sobbing.
Oh,
Like
no.
watching Tony Robbins help people not commit suicide.
Oh, my God. Why do I kind of want to listen to this or watch this now? I remember a long time
Called
ago.
I'm Not Your Guru. It's interesting.
I'm not your guru.
I've seen it before. I already knew what was going to happen.
A long time ago when I had my first iPod, I had hooked it up to Melissa's computer to get songs off of her, and I didn't really know how the iPod worked. This would have been like 2003 or something, like, first generation iPods. So, but whatever, I hooked it up to Melissa's computer, and I didn't realize she had so much Tony Robbins on there. And then I put my phone on shuffle, or my iPod on shuffle when I was like hosting karaoke, and then like instead of a nice En Vogue song, all of a sudden I was like, "What do you want from this day?" Like coming across the bar.
He has a very deep
I
voice.
know. It was real. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh, no. The shuffle. Anyways. Yikes.
Are you going to let yourself be run by fear? Or are you going to clap with me?
Can you
He does this clap with his hands, like very aggressive.
Can you handle just fucking this guy once a week?
No.
And let the other 6 days go.
You know what's really sad, though, is that ever since it started, well, it's only been 2 weeks, with the text messaging and stuff, I've been so proud of myself because I'm like, I'm pretty on point with my text. I've been good.
Yeah.
I have not been needy at all.
Okay. That's good. That's all good. So why are we sabotaging? Why? Why can't we just like keep hanging and keep texting?
That's the question.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
I mean, I feel like just, I don't know. If only Tony were here to tell you what to do. I would say just keep texting, or if you think of something funny and silly, text him, and then Why do you not want to ask him out again? Do you want to wait for him to ask you out?
He already did.
So why don't you go out with him again?
Because I'm terrified.
Just say yes. The power of yes.
I don't know.
You should just go out again.
I don't know. Hopefully I didn't already sabotage it. I think I sent a needy text on Saturday night when I was drunk at the casino.
But who wouldn't? I mean,
It wasn't that bad, but I feel like it was it came across needy.
If a text comes in late at night, I feel like we have to assume there's probably some booze involved.
Yeah,
It's
no,
a
but
grain
it's
of
too
salt.
early to be red flagging.
I mean, is that a red flag or is it just like sweet? She's horny and she thinks of me. Cool. Right?
Or is she needy and insecure? That's such a turnoff. Remember I told you?
But
So his name changes. People's names change a lot depending on what I need to remind myself. Remember I told you when I first put his name in my phone, I put it in as no insecurity because it was my goal to not be insecure.
I love that.
Yeah, but then you can't lose it in the first 2 weeks.
Well,
it's a turn off.
You're only needy in your brain, not in his brain. You don't know what he's thinking. It's only in your brain that you're needy. It's not his. He's probably like, cool.
I was like, oh, he's just in Vegas fucking lots of chicks.
What, he said that?
No, I did.
You were fucking chicks in Vegas?
No, I said, my brain said, oh,
Oh.
he's just in Vegas fucking lots of... Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't in Vegas. I was at a casino.
You were at a casino.
Can we edit out where he was? I mean, this...
There's no editing.
No, don't edit it out, actually. He's not going to listen
I'm
to
just
this.
kidding. There is
Nobody
editing
else knows.
if we drop actual names.
No, don't edit it. That's fine. I don't care. I really don't care.
We need, well, we keep on saying that we're going to go to a meetup for singles over 35 or whatever. We got to do that. But I decided yesterday, remember I texted you because I can't walk by Mexicali without thinking about you. And so whatever.
The best part about your text, sorry, I did cut you off, but before you finish, your text, I think it did autocorrect, and it said, I'm home. Want to meet me happier? I think it meant to say happy hour. I was like, I do want to meet you happier.
Do you want to meet me happier? Oh my God. Now I am going to write that.
See, you sensed.
Do you want to meet me happier?
I felt like you sensed my meltdown.
I probably did.
Hey, you want to meet me, but you better be happier, bitch. Okay, sorry, go ahead. What were you doing on Ventura Boulevard near Mexicali?
I make a bunch of rounds there. You know, I like that thrift
I like
store.
the CVS and everything.
I like the CVS, the thrift store, the Bevmo, the bank. I went to the bookstore, the Bookstar, the Barnes & Noble there across the street from Mexicali. And then I walked by Mexicali, but it was such a sunny day and so many people smiling at me from the patio, just like practically begging me to walk in the bar. Do you know what I mean?
They were. They pull you in.
They pulled me in. And then, of course, I sit at the bar because I'm a single person. And I ponied up beside this guy. And then, of course, I started to play on my phone at first. And then I dropped the phone. I was like, nope, stop doing this. If you want to play on your phone and drink, you can go home. You came out so you could talk to people and get chips and salsa.
It's almost like all the batteries that have been in your body have made you like a magnet.
Yeah. I'm like, probably. I'm a people magnet, thanks to
Oh, it's pulling me.
the vaginal pull of my magnetic bottom half. Anyways, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, I started talking to this older man beside me, and I'm like, how's your day going? And then he's like, okay. You know, when somebody gives you a very honest answer. So I'm like, okay, well.
It's
all right.
always, that's refreshing and terrifying at the
Yeah.
same time. You're like, oh, we're going to talk.
Yeah, and so we kind of bonded, and it was, you know, he was nice, and he kind of gave me some, you know, details about his life a little bit, and he had like a little bit of like a tone. I was like, okay, this guy's probably not straight. We're having a good hoot. We're having a good talk about the fifth dimension. I can tell he's like definitely over 55 because he doesn't cough into his elbow. He coughs into his hand still, which is always like a total sign that somebody is like over a certain age.
Do you cough in your elbow?
You cough like here, cough. Yeah, my kids today, like my nieces get taught to cough like this.
That's
Hey,
what my nephew does too.
they call it cough pocket.
But I don't.
Cough pocket. That's for you, YouTubers. You know, I like to do an act up for you every week. Yeah, sorry about my post yoga body. If I go like this, I mean, I'm just airing out my pits. Okay, great. Yeah, but it was so funny. You know how like, do you ever do this in LA where you'd be like, oh, I'm a comedian. I just got back from Seattle, right? And he goes, well, just so happens that back in my day, I discovered a little woman called Glenn Close. And then for the rest of the afternoon, everything was like, oh, I worked on a little film. You might have heard of it. A little film called Shrek. Or it's like everything just like was the word little. You know what I mean? Where they're
What
like,
was his job on
oh,
these
you
films?
might know a little man named Kelsey Grammer. And I was like, I don't know if Kelsey Grammer wants to be called little. But I get the kind of style of chat. Do you know what I mean? It's like the style of his conversation was a little elderly. Do you know what I mean? The style of his,
I might be name dropping because of my little.
a little,
Penis.
oh, you know, just like a little thing called Little Person, a little movie called Jaws.
Okay, wait. Was he short? That sounds like somebody that has like short man's complex.
He might have been, but I never really stood
Did
up
his
at the
feet
same time
dangle
as
from
him.
the bar stool, or did they touch the?
Shit, I didn't look.
Or
That
did
would've
they
been fun.
touch the rail?
I didn't look.
That's how you know.
That's a good thing to look for.
Yeah, because some people could have a like a normal sized torso, so they look like a regular person, but then
Yeah.
their legs are very short and they're just dangling.
Oh my! I'm gonna look for that now. So, ladies, you know how you're all obsessed with tall men. Now you just look underneath the bar. I'm already looking under the bar for hooks for my purse, anyways. So I can
Yeah.
make it a 2-in-1.
I always look for
look.
money.
You do?
Yeah.
Always looking for hooks.
I always look under bar stools for money. Only
like-
because when I used to work in New York twice,
You found money?
I found money by the, people drop it when they're going to pay.
I
Found
exactly.
a $100 bill.
I found a $50 bill once, and you know what I did? I looked up her friend's credit card because her friend paid. I looked up, but I knew that they were kind of broke because they talked about it when I was bartending. So I looked up her friend's name on on Facebook.
How would you know exactly who dropped it?
I knew it had to be one of the two girls because one girl paid with her credit card. So I took her credit card receipt, looked up her name on Facebook, and I sent her a message. And I was like, "You or your friend dropped $50 on the bar
Wow,
floor.
that's
You come
really
back in."
nice.
I know. The girl came back in and was like, "That's so nice of you," and she gave me like a little necklace.
Nice.
Um,
You're such a good, responsible person.
those moments make me feel good. But it's funny. So anyway, so I'm having this hit with this guy, and we're singing like Wedding Bell Blues, and then like another older guy at the bar chirps in. He's like, "Oh, you guys like Wedding Bell Blues? Do you remember who sang My Boy Lollipop?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just." All of a sudden, I'm trapped in this other era where we're all
Was it
talking.
senior hour?
It was kind of, yeah. Happy hour is late night.
Senior discount?
I think it might have been the early bird special at the bar. But I could see why, like both like us as single women, we like Mexicali, and maybe the gay guys like Mexicali too, because there's always really cute servers and cute bartenders.
I do love Mexicali. They have those huge bar stools, which are awesome. But
Yeah,
at the
they're
same
comfortable.
time, it's not much room at the bar.
Yeah, that's very true.
So sometimes when I'm like, should I go there? And I'm like, but what if I get there and there's no... These are the dilemmas in my life, besides losing my mind.
But I feel like we have to go back there soon. Oh, this is another thing he said too. He was like, he was talking about somebody's performance being like amazing. He was like, I'm talking, the socks are already off. Do you know what I mean? Like instead of saying knock my socks off, he was like, the socks are already off, and it was just so theatrical. I loved him. I had a great time. I only had those 2 margaritas, and I think he like had 1 Modelo in that whole hour. But
That's awesome.
it was good. We have to go back there. I'm not saying I'm going to like take home all these men that I'm picking up at Mexicali, but I do invite them to Flappers for my shows.
You should. You should.
That's
That's how you
cute.
get people.
Yep. Oh my God, it was very cute.
I had my
Oh,
mom telling me that if I'm going to do a cruise, be careful. But she's heard the crew
Yeah. Oh, dude.
can be very aggressive.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody told me 1,000 times, you're not allowed to fuck the passengers, Christina, and then you're allowed to fuck the crew. Great. Here's the other thing. Last thing about Mexicali, then I'll let it go. Of course, I'm chatting up these 2 men. I don't even know. Maybe I was like wingmanning 2 like older gentlemen because they were really getting along too. But then beyond those 2 guys, there was like a bro at the bar drinking beer and eating nachos alone, and he kept on looking over at us. Like, I felt like he wanted in on the conversation, and he was He was a babe. I would have like chatted
This
him
is
up.
your chance to use your, flirting
Yeah.
skills.
Well, I also looked disgusting. Like I hadn't even showered yet. My flight from Seattle left at 5 a.m. I got on my flight, got home at like 8 a.m., went for a nap, met Steph Clark and Melissa for a little writing jam down in Reseda or something, and then pony back here. But I was like, oh, it's Dirtbag. Oh, everybody really liked my Beetlejuice t-shirt. So everybody at the bar was like, oh my God, love your shirt. And I was like, well, it's Dirtbag Sunday, and this is how I'm gonna look. But like just one of those top knots that looks like a really old bird's
Haven't we
bird's
already
nest.
talked about how guys are more attracted to you when you smell?
So true. Like that was
So that was your perfect opportunity.
my time. That
He
was
could
so
probably
good.
smell you across the bar, and that's why he kept looking.
Kept looking, but I just feel
He's
like
like, are those my nachos that smell, or Christina's armpits?
exactly. My pits do smell like refried beans. But I feel like we have to go there more. We have to become regulars at a bar. I kind of miss that, like being a regular somewhere. I like that feeling where the bartender knows you, people at the bar kind of know you. I like that vibe. So I was trying to put out vibes like I'm going to be back here. I'm going to become a regular here. So maybe Nacho Broy guy will be like, she's coming back. I'll come back too. Right?
Okay, I'm
That's
down.
Our missed connection.
I'll be your regular with you.
Yeah, we have to. We got to, even though we're both probably going to be out of town for a bit, right?
You are.
You are too. Aren't you going to Reno?
I'm going to Reno tomorrow for a week.
See, that's exciting.
A week in Reno.
There's a bartender I really like at the Silver Legacy Hotel.
That's where I'm staying.
I know you are, because that's where they put you up. But so
Okay.
did you know I'm a comedian too? Or okay, so when you're upstairs,
I know you are.
there's a bar across from the Mexican restaurant in Silver Legacy, like on the upper floor. So up from the casino or up from the Laugh Factory. But there's a really great, I think sometimes they have like a piano bar, like live music. But it's a really good bar kind of across from the Mexican restaurant.
There's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, in the casino on the top floor. But it's not included with your vouchers.
That's
it's something
okay.
different. But anyways, I love the bartender there. I think his name is Mike. And he'll start, once you say you're a comedian, he'll have a whole bunch of like street jokes for you.
Well, if I say I know you, will he know you?
You could name drop maybe like, oh, my friend Christina was here a long time ago and she loved you, so she told me to come in and visit you. And, you know, there is video poker, so you can play video poker at that bar. It's pretty good. It's a good one. Because, I don't know, the rest of that casino, I don't know.
I've never
Reno.
been.
Oh, Reno? Well, speaking of smelling like nachos and armpits. Reno. Midtown's cute, though. If you go across the little creek, there's some nice restaurants and cute little breweries and craft beer bars on that side of the water.
Oh, that's cool.
You can walk. It's really close. I like it.
All right. All
But,
right. I'm going to have some Reno stories next time.
I know. I miss playing poker with you, though. We need a gambling trip together.
And the bell in one hand, a chalice in the other.
I love it. And you did steal these from your family, right? I saw your sister post something on Instagram.
No, these glasses my mom gave me these were in my house when I was like in high school, like growing up. And I think she gave them to me when I got my own place. And I've just moved them from apartment to but I never use them because I don't drink out of champagne glasses at home.
They're very heavy. They feel like a trophy.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're expensive.
I'm winning drinking.
Yeah, I know they're nice glasses, but I've never used them. I've just always kept them because my mom gave them to me.
What do you drink out of at home?
Well, I don't drink champagne at home. I have like a wine glass if I have
Gotcha.
wine.
True.
But these are like champagne glasses, even though we're using them for wine. I brought them last week when we were going to celebrate our wins.
Our wins.
Turns out I'm a bigger sabotager than you. I make fun of you for not getting to the sex.
But then you sabotage it after.
And then I
sex.
almost kill myself after having it. I'm hopeless. I might as well die.
Oh, man.
I can never love.
Oh, man. Well, no, you can love. It's going to be great.
Is there anything sadder than being slightly drunk and thinking you could never love somebody? It's like, oh, I'm just doomed by myself.
You know, man, I'm so happy just being single. I'm like, how can I get in and get out with the sex?
When I'm single, I'm happy when I am single. Like, you know me, I'm fine. I'm not somebody who's out looking for a boyfriend, obviously.
Right.
But I am disappointed that if I meet somebody that I really like, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind over it.
It's like I said, it's been so long since I had a crush. Remember?
I think that's why I freaked out too, because I haven't been attracted to anybody I had my boyfriend, but I haven't been excited about a new person in like so many years. Almost to the point where I was thinking recently, like, am I ever going to be like super attracted to anybody again? Because when it doesn't happen for a long time, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
I know. Well, you know what? I have a thing for New Yorkers.
Guess what's going on? It's terrifying.
Oh, yes. She's terrified. The self-sabotager. But
I think the title of this podcast should be When the Fun Stops.
Yeah, I actually love that. Absolutely it is. When the fun stops. When the fun stops.
If you just, okay, so do you ever picture your life if it was a movie?
Of course. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever I do that, which is quite often, I think that the people watching the movie would probably be like, my God, this poor girl needs so much help.
That's it. Your life is, you're always at the beginning of Act 3 where everything's super depressing.
If you saw me have a great time on a date, the guy's super cool and is texting me, and then me in my bed sobbing, watching Tony, you'd be like, "Hi, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you okay?"
Like your movie is always like 27 dresses right after Katherine Heigl threw her sister under the bus in that video. It's always that really sad, oh no, what have you done moment. Is that your whole life?
Are there any mental hospitals in LA?
Oh, this place is crawling with them, don't worry.
People would be starting a GoFundMe.
Oh my
I
God.
felt like you were going to tell me something and I cut you off.
I already
again.
forgot.
I'm so selfish.
Oh, I know. I was going to say, no, you're not. So I'm going out of New York this cruise, but I do have a thing for New Yorkers. So hopefully there'll be a whole bunch of New Yorkers on the cruise, and hopefully they won't all be married, but maybe they'll be.
No,
I get-
East Coast guys are better.
I know, I like them. And
Yeah.
I mean, I get in late on Saturday night, so I'm obviously not going to go out. Like, I get in at like 11 p.m., but, which is a bit of a bummer. I would have loved to have gotten in earlier.
Oh, you don't get in. Oh, and then you have to leave in the morning. What
And
about
then I
when
have
you
to dock.
return?
No, on the return, we dock really early, and then they just take us right to the airport.
Oh, man.
I know. But you know what? Maybe I could take, I always hope for those bumps off airlines, when they oversell the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, coming back from Seattle, she just needed somebody to swap seats. I didn't even think my seat was particularly good. It was like 34D. It was somewhere way back there. But I guess she needed to get a bunch of kids out of the exit row. So, because kids aren't allowed to have the exit row seats or whatever. And so she was just like trying to get people. And then I don't know how she called my name randomly. She's like, would you mind switching seats and taking this middle seat? It's only a 2-hour flight. I don't care.
Yeah.
Middle seat in the exit row. I was like, sure. She gave me a $100 voucher.
Nice.
I was like, awesome. Thank you, Alaska Airlines.
Shout out Alaska.
Yeah, I was like, that's awesome. I mean, I'm probably just going to use it to fly to Vegas. But tired of driving.
No, a good
Yeah.
flight to Vegas is nice.
Right? Anyways.
Yeah.
So
I've been dying to go to Fremont Street for some reason.
I know we need a trip to Vegas. So I loved Vegas so much.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, anytime you want to go and we have like a day or two off, I really like gambling the Sunday through Tuesday. I always feel like that's the lucky times.
I feel like I
Christine
would
just-
never go to the Strip again after being on
know.
Fremont.
I know. Well, Christine just hit another royal flush the other day. She took a picture at Binion's. Binion's, man.
Never had a Royal.
I like it. I need a royal. I've never had one either. The best I've ever done is straight flush and 4 aces.
We both hydrated at the same time.
Didn't we?
You with water and me.
Water and emergency. Sorry, guys. Yes. Really cute. Don't worry. I'm going to have wine tonight when I'm at home alone. I'll make a charcuterie board. If I've made it through this whole day without drinking, you better believe tonight, after my set, I'm getting home, bringing out my cheeses, my salamis, my crackers, and a glass of wine. See, that's how I celebrate a day of not drinking, is that I have a glass of wine.
As you should.
Yes. Very mature.
The charcuterie board.
Yeah, exactly.
What a prize. I can't say it. Charcuterie.
Oh my God. Charcuterie.
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 It took me forever to learn that word. I don't know if I have anything more to learn, so I'm just going to put it.
I'm not going to do that. That's it.
Oh.
So wake you back. Do you want me to watch the microphone now, Paul? Is that okay? It's very exciting. Hey, I feel like we got some new listeners. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think
this
we
is-
did.
this is kind of quality.
It must be people that gave up television for Lent.
I know.
We got to listen to more podcasts.
Probably.
It's Lent, you know.
I kind of know
I
that.
didn't know either.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I grew up Catholic, and I used to always remember stuff, and then don't even think about it. And then on Friday, I was like eating a hot dog or something. So I gave up meat for Lent. I was like, oh shit, is that thing that's still happening?
I guess that's it. I
thought we gave up those practices already.
I know. You know me. I'm not very religious.
No.
Or maybe I've already talked about my experience with religion on this podcast, right?
No.
Probably have. Oh, it was really brief. I think we went to church. We went to.
Were you a Mormon?
No, we went to like a United church until I was maybe like 4 years old, and then my dad just came into my room, me and my sister's room one day, and was like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to church today, or do you guys want to start sleeping in on Sundays?" And then we never went to church again because we were like, "We want to sleep."
Your dad sounds awesome.
Daddy Walkinshaw's coming to town soon. We're gonna go to a smokehouse. We're gonna have some drinks.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be fun.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, you could.
You said we as in you and your parents, and I just added myself.
you're coming,
Oh, we
Michelle.
will.
I am the perfect blend of my parents. I am. I'm like, I get my social butterfly side from my dad.
Do you
and,
think
and I
you're-
get my ability. Sorry, you were going to cut me off. And then I was like, well, I can't get through the sentence. I have to. This is where you need the bell every time you go to interrupt.
Okay, finished.
Okay, wait.
Oh my God, she totally gave me the hand. That was awesome. You almost slapped me in the face. Okay,
What you
bitch.
do. If I get to talk to the hand, that's me trying to stop Jen from cutting me off. No.
Wait, what'd you get from your
It's
mom?
like,
No, you were right. I
okay.
mean, it's been 11 weeks of doing the podcast. You will slap me at some point.
The new drinking game, if you're listening to our podcast, is you're going to take a drink every time Jen cuts me off. You will be hammered by 6 p.m. for sure. How's my arm in this photo? Okay.
I'll
Wait.
follow my rule.
Oh, it's
Go.
okay.
I won't cut
It's a
you
really
off.
short sentence. It's not that bad. You can make it. I know it. Okay.
Talk.
I was saying with my parents, I feel like I'm a perfect blend of my parents because I get my social butterfly side from my dad, and I get my ability to space out at any moment from my mom. It's cute, right? I do.
That's how my mom is too.
It's perfect, right? Maybe it's just like I get it. Maybe like women after a certain age are like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Like I'm gonna go sit back and go to my own planet, eh?
Is your dad smart?
Cannot be a
Does your
flattering
dad-
outfit.
Do you think your dad might be able to help me with my relationship issues?
I can't wait for him to try.
Can I
can't
ask him?
wait. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Please tell me he's a psychologist.
He's a used car salesman. Sure. Pretty close.
Pretty close. That's hilarious.
I'm sure you could tell all these things from me. I feel like the more you learn about me and my family, the more things add up. When people are like, oh, you're the product of a teen mom. Sure am. Wait, your dad's a used car salesman? Sure is. I feel like it really makes sense, right?
Your mom was a teenager?
When she got pregnant, like 18, 19, she had me at 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, my mom was young too, but I think they used to have kids more often than
it's very true. It was the norm.
younger.
Yeah, I feel like late 70s.
That
was
sentence made no sense.
totally normal. Totally normal times to have the babies.
Well, back then it was.
Yeah, totally. And now we save up for turning 50. Or we don't do it at all. Oopsies.
I'm gonna have a baby at 55.
You should.
Yeah.
I'll babysit for you.
It's just gonna come out like really dehydrated. He's gonna be like, oh, it's so dry in there. I'm so thirsty.
Oh my God. It's so dry in there.
Well, don't you picture like a 55-year-old trying to have a baby that
I mean, definitely. I think
There's
it's gonna
no
be a
milk.
situation. That's like I had one friend that kept on getting like bikini waxes all through her pregnancy. And I was like, what are you scared the baby's gonna get tangled on the way out? Like, why are you like, do you know what I mean? Getting Brazilian, would you wax if you were pregnant?
I don't think so, but I've never waxed before anyway.
Oh.
Oh.
I did it for a bit, but obviously, as we know, with my pantyhose, not anymore.
When
Or
you're
Well, not that hairy. Here, how about this? You do feel? Is that bad? That's not that bad.
no.
A little dry, maybe, but you know, it's because I had to use hotel room lotion
If
all
you're
weekend.
gonna wear a pantyhose, you gotta have a bush.
Oh yeah, to lock that in too, in the spank part.
I like the way with the pantyhose, it just like lies flat, like
That's perfect.
pressed against your body.
It really give it like some Dumb and Dumber bangs, just like really smooth.
All right, we've gotten stupid.
All right, is that enough time, Paul? Did we
Yeah.
do it? I mean, I'm sure you guys. All right, remember our new drinking game. Well, we hope that we were riveting as always.
I can't believe you gave me the hand.
I'm PMSing. Once I start to bleed, there'll be no worry.
You would never offend me. Don't worry. You literally could slap me in the face. It
It
wouldn't
would
offend
never.
me.
You're the love of my life. Come on.
With how many times I cut you off.
That was just like, I just had one sentence. It was so brief, too. I was like,
I feel like this is what happens when, you know how when you drink with people, you have a lot more patience? And then when you're the sober person and they're
Yeah.
drinking, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I am not putting up with your shit today.
it's got to be, that's it. I'm PMSing and I'm sober. That's got to be the worst case Walkinshaw ever. Okay, everybody. Well, we hope that you're listening and we hope you subscribed. And I guess you're supposed to rate it or whatever, and you can. But you don't have to. Honestly, just listening and texting me and telling me you listen to it is really exciting for me. And then if you have any questions or if you have any great like jilling off stories you want to share with us, just email us at jillinoffpod@gmail.com. And there's no G in there, right? It's just Jillin.
Jillin.
Jillinoffpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul.
Shout out to Paul and Andrea Simone for awesome song.